Ever wonder how companies make sure they're actually following all those cybersecurity rules, like all those frameworks and regulations? It's a huge job,
Oh, yeah.
often really tedious and time-consuming too.
hmm
But what if there was a way to make it faster, more efficient, maybe even a little less of a pain? That's exactly what we're diving into today.
Yeah, what we're looking at is a real-world project. And they used AI, artificial intelligence, to automate a cybersecurity compliance audit.
Okay?
And the results are pretty fascinating, especially when you compare them to that traditional manual approach.
Right. We have this document. It outlines the whole project.
Okay.
And it's packed with really interesting details. It walks us through how they actually used AI to tackle a cybersecurity framework with, get this, over 1,000 questions.
Wow.
1,000 questions.
And on average, an audit for this framework requires answering around 350 of those questions.
Oh my gosh.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time and resources.
Yeah.
Even for a team of, seasoned experts.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it? So how did they even begin to even approach this with AI? It's not like you can just feed a computer, a bunch of regulations and expect it to spit out the answers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a very deliberate process.
Okay.
They started by using an existing certified audit, and it was a kind of reference point, like a model answer sheet
Oh.
for the AI to learn from.
So they're basically showing the AI what a good answer looks like.
Exactly. Then they built these AI models specifically designed to tackle these compliance questions.
Yeah.
And they tested them against that reference audit.
Okay.
And here's the key. They had human experts provide feedback on the AI's answers.
Oh.
And then they refined the models based on that feedback.
I see.
They repeated this process until the AI was performing at a level comparable to or even exceeding the human experts.
So it wasn't just a case of throwing AI at the problem and hoping for the best.
Right.
There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of fine-tuning to make sure the AI was really understanding the nuances of compliance.
Precisely. They weren't just replacing humans. They were creating a system where AI could augment human expertise.
That makes sense. Now, they didn't try to automate the entire auditing process all at once. They broke it down into 3 phases, 3 manageable phases. Can you walk us through those?
Absolutely. The first phase they tackled was the policy phase.
Okay.
In this phase, the AI had to analyze, evidence documents and figure out which policies were relevant to which questions in the framework. Imagine it like having a super efficient researcher who can sift through mountains of information and pull out exactly what you need.
That's already a huge time saver, right? I can imagine human experts spending days, if not weeks, on that initial research phase.
Absolutely. The second phase was the process phase,
Okay.
and that focused on evaluating the policies themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The AI had to look for any gaps, weaknesses, inconsistencies. It's kind of like having a hyper-focused detective, scrutinizing every detail, looking for any potential security holes.
So it's not just about checking boxes,
Right.
but really understanding the intent behind the policies and making sure they're actually effective.
Exactly. And finally, the third phase, the implementation phase. That involved the AI scoring how well the policies were actually being implemented in practice.
Okay.
You can think of it as an AI auditor going in and checking everyone's homework, making sure everything is aligned with those stated policies and procedures.
Okay, so we have this complex compliance challenge, we
Right.
have this sophisticated AI solution, and we have this 3-phased approach.
Uh-huh.
Now let's bring in the human element. Tell us about the team of experts involved in this project.
So on the human side, we have Karen. She has 10 years of experience in cybersecurity.
Wow.
And Julie, who has 6 years under her belt.
Okay.
Both are highly qualified, very knowledgeable in their respective areas. They represent that traditional approach to compliance auditing.
Okay, so in the other corner, we have the AI team, powered by OpenAI's GPT models. So it's a classic human versus machine showdown
It is.
with some pretty interesting results.
To really grasp the impact of this AI solution, let's look at how the two teams performed. We'll start with the time it took each team to complete the assigned tasks. The human experts, while working diligently, needed 18 weeks to finish their analysis.
18 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow, that's almost half a year. I'm already getting a sense of the potential time savings here. But let's delve a little deeper. What about the cost involved?
So the human experts, given their level of expertise, their hourly rates, clocked in at around $20,000.
Okay.
This isn't just their time, but also the value of their years of experience.
Yeah. Significant investment for any organization, no doubt. Now, how does that compare to the cost of the AI team?
The AI team, with the models handling the bulk of the analysis, came in at just over $4,000 for the entire project.
Okay, so we're talking about a significant difference in cost. But beyond the speed and cost savings, what about the sheer volume of information each team was able to analyze?
That's where the difference becomes even more apparent. The human experts in those 18 weeks managed to thoroughly analyze 140 questions.
Okay.
That's certainly impressive, but
But when we look at the AI team,
the AI team analyzed a staggering 6,400 questions in just 3 weeks.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
The difference in scale is enormous.
The AI approach isn't just, replicating human work. It's
Yeah.
enabling analysis at a scale that just wouldn't be feasible for a human team.
It raises the question of what else is possible. When we have this kind of analytical power at our fingertips,
Right.
what new insights might we uncover? What new possibilities might emerge?
This is where it gets really interesting. We're not just talking about automating a task.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about potentially transforming the entire field of cybersecurity compliance.
And that brings us to a key question. If AI can handle the heavy lifting of compliance audits, what does that mean for the role of human experts? What happens to Karen and Julie in this scenario?
Yeah, this is a crucial point. It's not about replacing human expertise. It's about understanding how human and artificial intelligence can best work together. But we'll dive into that more in a bit. First, let's take a closer look at some of the specific anecdotes from this project. There's one detail that really stood out to me.
You're probably thinking about the fact that it took the human experts a week and a half to thoroughly analyze just 10 questions.
Exactly. It highlights just how demanding and intricate this process can be for humans. And when you compare that to the speed and scale of the AI, it really underscores the potential for a paradigm shift in how we approach cybersecurity compliance.
It does. It prompts us to think about the bigger picture. If we can free up human experts from these time-consuming tasks, what could they achieve with that newfound time and energy? That's a great question, and one we'll be exploring further as we continue our deep dive. But first, let's take a quick pause to reflect on what we've learned so far.
We've been talking about this potential for AI to revolutionize cybersecurity compliance.
Yeah.
Particularly, in the realm of auditing.
Right.
But speed and cost savings are only part of the story.
Right.
What about the accuracy and reliability of these AI systems?
Yeah.
Can we truly trust them with, such a critical task?
It's a valid question. And the project we're examining, they addressed this directly. They understood that simply replacing, human auditors with AI wasn't enough.
Right.
They had to ensure the AI was not only fast, but also accurate.
Exactly. Remember that 5-step process we talked about?
Yeah.
A key component of that was having human experts validate the AI's answers.
Okay.
It wasn't a set it and forget it approach.
Right.
There were checks and balances in place.
So it was more of a collaboration, a
Yeah.
partnership between human expertise and AI capabilities.
Right. Precisely. The AI models went through multiple rounds of testing and refinement,
Okay.
with feedback from human experts, incorporated at each stage.
Yeah.
This iterative approach ensured that the AI's responses were, both fast and accurate.
It seems that rather than replacing humans, AI is augmenting their abilities. Instead of spending countless hours poring over documents, these experts can leverage AI to analyze massive amounts of data quickly and accurately.
Exactly. And that frees up human experts to focus on tasks that require their, unique skills and insights.
Yeah.
Like interpreting complex findings,
Right.
identifying emerging threats, and developing, proactive security strategies.
So instead of being bogged down in the minutia of compliance, human experts can take a more strategic, big picture approach to cybersecurity.
You got it. They can focus on the why behind the policies, not just the what. They can anticipate potential vulnerabilities before they become problems and develop more, robust security systems from the ground up.
It's a shift from reacting to threats to proactively preventing them. And AI is the key enabler of that shift. It allows human experts online.